Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got loads to go through today, as we have got around 15 hours remaining on the major order at the point of recording, and we have teeter-tottered on the side of winning and losing over the last 12 hours. It's been so damn crazy that you guys have been hammering into the Illuminate. As well, we got some clarification from B Vitamin, as it appears that the passive on the new Siege armor seems to be working as not intended, and that's an interesting one. As well as apparently a lot of the work wasn't even done by Arrowhead, I think. I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but we are going to take a look into everything we've got happening today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. And today's the final day of the giveaway. We're giving away 3 war bonds here on the video. If you want to get involved with it, very, very simple. Head down to the comment section, show your love for the Illuminate showing up, and put a purple heart in there. We'll announce it via the giveaway announcement sector of the Discord later tonight. Make sure you're there. Anywho, let's see what's going on inside of the game right now. So, taking a look at the major order as it stands, obviously the major order is to just take out Calypso. Now we are at the moment within a losing sector. You can see right here we have got around 15 hours left on the MO, and we are going to be taking about 16 hours left being able to actually take this planet. Now, the weird part about this is people are actively trying to take this out. I'm not too sure as to why, because I don't want to see the Illuminate go, and I know that you don't as well. So we're going to see where this one heads off to, but we have teetered in between winning and losing. So this could be a very, very interesting battle indeed. But you guys have absolutely been hammering this, and to give you guys an insight as to how much you've been hammering these Illuminate, just recently, we are looking at these numbers right here, where you can see the dead Terminids, dead Automatons, and dead Illuminates. Now, we are already at 2.5 billion dead Illuminate in just 2 days, which is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't think that I would ever see anything like this at all, but you guys have absolutely smashed in through this with around 100,000 concurrent players inside of the game at any one time over the last 48 hours. It's amazing to see this, and I hope that they actually keep this one going, but we seem to be catching up on those Illuminate kills, and we can finally balance those out with those nasty little automatons at a later date. Now, moving into the actual game though, is apparently the Siege Ready passive isn't working as intended. It's actually working with support weapons, which makes absolutely no sense to me at all, because it does specify that it is for primary weapons. Now, that's been asked into the Discord, and B Vitamin is going to get some clarification from the development team on Monday, as it appears obviously during the weekend they are not going to be there. So even with all of the issues that we're having in Toll, because as well as that we're also having a load of connection issues, matchmaking is borderline non-existent. I can't join a single match made game. If I go into a main jump on my own and dive in, we are generally just having to do it on our own. You have to go in with pre-made teams, or else it's not going to work. So fingers crossed over these next few days running into next week we'll actually have those things fixed. We're yet to have any clarification on that, but it appears that Arrowhead is teaming up with other development teams. Now, we know full well that they are working side by side with a couple of other partnership teams, and it seems like Disco Garage Games is going to actually be one of them. Now, I personally think this is absolutely incredible, but why is that the case? Well, Arrowhead Games is probably made up of around 100 to 150 members of staff, of which is a relatively small development team, considering some will run up to thousands. Now, with this game being such a large game, development being on such a high necessary need, and everybody wanting this live service model to genuinely work, the fact that they're finally working in with partnered game studios, such as Disco Garage Games, is actually really, really good, because it means that they can double in size pretty damn quickly. Now, I don't know much about Garage Games. I've tried to do a little bit of research, but I can't really see what they've had too much work into, although they had a lot to do with this most recent update with the Illuminate coming in. So a massive round of applause to Arrowhead and to Disco Garage Games. As to whether they've got any more partners hidden in the woodwork, we'll have to wait and see, but it seems that the team is growing massively, so expect loads more work coming in to the game very soon, I'm sure. Now, some things that are confusing you guys massively are some things such as the actual scriptures inside of the game. So the Illuminate are obviously an alien race, of which it means they have their own language. Obviously, they have their own writing. Now, if you take a look on side of the tripods, also known as the walkers, on their legs, you will see there is writing on there. Now, some people have been speculating, obviously, what it can mean, what it can say, and people are trying to decrypt things. Now, how can you actually decrypt it? Well, we actually have scrambled stratagems. stratagems. So you can take a look at what the actual letters mean based on the scrambled transcription. Now, I have not got a massive amount of time to be able to sit there and do that, so I have no idea what it is. But I would applaud somebody to be able to actually decrypt this. I think it would be so damn talented. And whether this actually works or not, by the way, I have no idea, but it could be a very cool feature, of which obviously the scramble mechanic is now being reintroduced. We did have it back in the early game, but it wasn't taken so well. Now, for some reason, it feels loads better, and then maybe that's because the game feels loads better, that the scrambled point genuinely isn't all that bad. But for me, it's a massive applause for this. I absolutely love it, and the fact that we can have all down arrows sometimes to be able to hit an orbital laser, I'm all for it. But you guys have been playing around with this game a lot since the new update, and you've been playing around with a lot of the new stratagems that have been in toll. Some of the best strats that I have seen from this have been up on the Reddit, of which this one right here states, just kidding, but actually kind of works for a last stand. This is hilarious, and I absolutely love that somebody has actually gone ahead and done this. You guys can all lay behind the dimensional shield and be able to just sit there and take off the damage. Now, obviously, whether it works completely or not is yet to be seen. Go and give it a try and have some fun with your friends, but just enjoy what it is that they've given to us, because I think that actually this update has given us a lot more than just a new faction. It's definitely given us a lot more memories. Now, we are going to be long jumping into leak territory right now, so if you don't want to see any leaks, then this is the point where you do need to drop out, because this is quite big leaks indeed. If you are dropping out, thank you so much again for watching. But for those of you guys who are sticking around, let's dive on into what it is that Ironsights has brought to the table, as this is interesting news. Starting off, this right here is the Illuminate Guy Staff fake. Now, a unit from the old Illuminate leaks that has now been returned to the in-game files, now with a different textured armor, which is really, really interesting. As to when this is going to be coming, I would recommend probably the next month or two, as on the basis of how they update this game, and we've just received the new Illuminate. I'll be well surprised if we have anything else come into play just yet. We know that they love the drip feed, and there's no way that they're going to be able to just sort of like plonk more Illuminate in so early on, but you never know. We've got to finish off this major order, and we may have an invasion a little bit heavier afterwards, as we already know that the Vanguard is what we're attacking at the moment. It's not the full Illuminate. There's only a few different types inside of here, so we've still got a lot that we haven't seen yet. On top of that, there was an event that Ironsights actually spoke about called the Clen Darth 2 event, which obviously is the blackout, or at least that's what we know it as, and apparently in-game it no longer crashes and is working properly. The skybox has a bit of clipping, but overall it's beautiful. Arrowhead did so well with this update. It's so pretty, and I'm really, really intrigued to know what's going on there. I think that actually that could be a very, very highly featured movement, and it could be something which would be, well, very, very scary. Now, I have taken a look over the map, and maybe I might be blind, but I can't actually see a Clen Darth 2 on the map, so how this one's going to transpire and transform will be yet to see. But as of right now, a lot of people are looking forward to Outpost 32, which for those people who are veterans to Helldivers 1 will be really, really looking forward to this one, seeing the Illuminate over there. Now, let's take a look at your top comments from the previous video, as you guys had some incredible stuff to go over and some amazing things to say. This one right here was probably one of my favorites, although not even the most liked. It states, Malevelon Creek was the site of the bot Vietnam, Meridia was the site of the black hole, and now Calypso has joined the ranks of legendary planets as being the site of the Illuminate's return. I absolutely love this, and I'm so glad that they are finally here. I think a lot of us are really, really hyped still after a couple of days of diving in with these squids. It's been absolutely crazy. On top of that, we have this second one right here that states, there's a pattern here. Allow the backlash to reach near critical level, then release a banger. They're going with the professional wrestling approach. Now, this is obviously something that we're all going to take in turn and make sure that we really grab hold of this, because I think that actually this may be the biggest sign for when something is actually coming, because Arrowhead are renowned for doing this right now. It's hilarious. And finally, it states, as a bot diver, it is treacherous to play bots or bugs right now. And actually, there seems to be quite a solid front on the bug front and on the bot front, holding down the fort, which was about the original numbers of the original player base. I don't know if they've just forgot that the Illuminate are here, but they are fighting the ground over on the bugs and bots so that you guys can enjoy the squids. I think we all deserve to give them a massive salute and say a massive thank you for holding down the fort. Nonetheless, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.